What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Chaptuhs here, and cut all the theoretical bullshit. Baby, shake it, I pop a bird full of amazing. One thing that I really hated about high school and school in general was that they like to overcomplicate things for no reason, bro. Half of the shit I learned, I could regurgitate right back to you at a way simpler level. And this is basically due to two reasons. First of all, teachers love to sound like they're smart. They want to sound like they're better. It all comes down to their ego. They want to use fancy words. If they use simple words and they sound a little bit dumber, they don't want to sound like that. But honestly, half of the things that they explain could be done with very, very simple words in a very, very simple manner. But it isn't. And another reason why they might just overcomplicate things is because they're just there for a paycheck. You know, some teachers, they're not that good. They're just there to get paid and leave. So yeah, we would sit there for hours upon hours, listen to the teacher talk and talk about useless shit that we don't even care about in the first place, but that we're never actually gonna apply. Sure, we'll have that test that'll come up eventually, we'll apply it there. But there we're basically just studying or memorizing it and then we're forgetting it. Let's be honest with ourselves. How much of school do we really remember? Me personally, in the past 2 years of university, I remember maybe like 10% of the things I've learned, to be honest with you. And the reason there is because I'm not actively applying this. I'm not applying it on a consistent basis. I might just do it one time and then never do it again. And that's the reason why I forget it so much. Now you might be wondering, where am I going with this? And basically, you have to implement things to actually understand them and be able to remember what you've learned. I can't just sit here watching Steph Curry videos all day and become like the greatest shooter in the world. I can't just watch a magician all day and become a great magician. I have to actually go out there, struggle, and learn how to be that thing. We get so caught up in the theoretical side of things, trying to learn about everything, watching all these YouTube videos, reading all these books. But basically what we're doing is once you cross that first 10-20 minutes of trying to learn something, you don't actually remember a lot of it. You're just overflowing your brain with information. You need to take 10 minutes, maybe learn a lesson and then go apply it right there and then, and apply it on a consistent basis to actually learn anything and to actually remember whatever you've learned. If you're not trying to implement or apply these things on a day-to-day basis, you're basically just shoving information down your booty pipe, down your face, down your mouth for no absolute reason. You have to actually go out there, apply it on a consistent basis to see any gains. If I want to get good at anything, at one point I just have to throw all the books away, all the videos away, and actually just go out there and do it. Learn it on my own, struggle, find whatever I struggle at and try to get better at it. Some of us, we have that fear of failure, we have that fear of going out there and looking like an idiot. So we try to over-prepare, we overthink about every single thing. And honestly, it just ends up making you a robot. It makes you do everything in the most robotic way, where you're just copying someone else's blueprint or guidelines on how to do something. And here's the thing, use advice, use someone's guidelines as a starting point. But at some point, you just gotta go out there and do things on your own. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna go out there and take action. Maybe after a certain while, be like, this person's advice is decent, but I could low-key make this a little bit better, a little bit more efficient by doing it in this way that I just thought of right now. You can also go to people's advice and guidelines or videos or books when you're really, really stuck on something. After you tried it for an hour or 2 hours and you're like, fuck, I'm really, really stuck. Go to someone's advice, get that starting point again, go back, figure out what you really want to do and then continue. But it's really important that you do these things on your own. First of all, it's just gratifying. Have you ever done that handyman thing? You fix a light bulb or you did something super, super light, very handyman-y. You feel fucking sick after doing it. You feel like a man or a woman. You just feel very, very accomplished. And that's because you did it on your own. You did it independently. You got it out the mud. You got it out the trenches and now you're big ballin'. Okay. Another reason why you should do things on your own is because you might find the best way to do something. Maybe other people haven't considered it. Maybe you're following someone else's blueprint on YouTube. They've been a successful YouTuber. Damn, I want to be like them. And you're following that blueprint step by step. Well, you're sort of limiting yourself, right? Because at the best, you're going to be a copy of them. But if you sort of take that person's advice as a general starting point, but you veer on into your own path, you're going to be able to tap into your own potential and be potentially even greater than them. Also, it's just going to make you more happy. If you're doing something the genuine way that you want to do, you're being a genuine self, I feel like you can never go wrong with that. I'm a person that does everything in a very unorthodox way, and that's because my brain is sort of just really weird, and the way I do things is not the normal way that everyone else would think of doing it. But honestly, it makes me happy to just do it in that way that I wanted to do it. First of all, because I feel unique, and also just because, I'm damn, I'm being myself, let's go. So honestly, just to end off this video, stop overthinking, stop watching all these videos on whatever skill you're trying to learn, spending hours upon hours reading books. At one point, you just gotta take that lesson, the first lesson you get, go apply it, and then continue moving forward. You can't just shove thousands and thousands of words into your brain and expect to remember it. You really just can't. So go out there, take some action, don't be afraid to look like an idiot, and just try to fucking learn, bro. And you learn by doing. And that's really all I wanted to say in today's video. If you made it this far, use the motherfucking goat, and I'll see you guys next week.
I'm all in my bag, that's hard as to get. I do not store powder, I might take a sip. I might hit the blunt, but I'm liable to trip. I ain't popping no pill, but you do as you wish.